In this video, i-discuss ko naman yung configurational isomerism. So, configurational isomerism or chirality is a property that emerges due to lack of any three-dimensional symmetry. So, these types of compounds are called chiral compounds. Okay? Meron silang mga carbons na chiral. Ano ibig sabihin ng chiral carbons? Yun yung mga carbons na sa kanilang tetrahedral structure ay wala silang radial, okay, and bilateral symmetries. So, ano yung radial symmetry and bilateral symmetry? These are the two types of symmetries in nature. So, yung radial symmetry, it's a symmetry with respect to the center. Okay? So, makikita mo na yung bawat aspect ng object with respect to the center ay equal kahit saan ka nakatingin. That's a type of radial symmetry. Okay? Yung bilateral symmetry naman, yun yung symmetry with respect to each side naman. So, yung side na to is equal to this side, okay, with respect to this particular plane. So, it's like your own body. So, in the middle, if you slice yourself with an imaginary plane, yung right side mo equal siya sa left side. Identical sila. Okay? So, yun yung dalawang symmetries. Some carbon compounds do not have this particular symmetry. So, nangyayari lang to kapag yung carbon mo ay may 4 different ligands. Okay? Or substituent. So, kung apat na klase na magkakaibang ligands or substituents yon, automatically your carbon or that central carbon will be considered chiral. Okay? So, chiral molecules have at least one non-superimposable mirror image. So, this type of chirality or isomerism is called enantiomerism. Okay? And the two compounds that are non-superimposable mirror images of each other are called enantiomers. Okay? And there are also diastereomers. So, diastereomers are non-superimposable and non-mirror images. So, anong ibig sabihin ng non-superimposable mirror images muna? So, it's like your hands, yung left hand mo tsaka yung right hand. Kapag ipinatong mo yung left hand mo sa right hand mo with the same orientation, okay? Hindi sila superimposable, hindi sila same hands, okay? Pero, if you face your hands towards each other, para silang mirror images, okay? They cannot superimpose. Ibig sabihin, they are not the same hands, pero they are mirror images of each other. That is called the isomerism. Pero yung mga non-superimposable, non-mirror images, they are actually different. Okay? So, if ever there is another form of hand na hindi siya left or right, okay? Or hindi siya mirror image ng iyong either hands, that would be your diastereomeric hand or the diastereomer of your hand. Okay? So, just try to imagine. It's the same hand pero hindi siya left or hindi siya mirror ng left or right mo. Okay? So, that's the diastereomer. So, it only happens, yung diastereomerism, kapag more than one carbon center. Kasi you cannot make a diastereomer kapag isa lang yung carbon center. Dalawa lang ang isomerism. You're either identical compounds or you are enantiomers. Okay? So, enantiomers are, again, mirror images. So, kapag mirror images, makikita nyo, okay, yung mga elements na to, okay, pare-pareho. It's like you have a mirror in between these compounds. Okay? Identical compounds may be exhibited at different orientation. So, you have to actually identify. So, makikita nyo dito, iba yung orientation yung nasa left tsaka nasa right. Okay? Pero, kapag inikot nyo tong compound na to ng 180 degrees, okay? Itong compound lang na to, makikita nyo na magiging identical lang sila. It's like twisting or rotating the tetrahedral 180 degrees. Okay? You can do that here. Kasi ang mangyayari, nandito na yung D, dito na yung B, tapos magpapalit ng pwesto yung C tsaka A. So, identical na siya dito. Okay? So, you have either identical or enantiomers kapag ka isa lang yung chiral carbon center. Okay? So, ipapakita ko ngayon yung ibig sabihin ng chirality or the three-dimensional meaning of the chirality through molecular constructor application. So, makikita nyo na ngayon yung 3D representation ng mga chiral compounds or examples ng chiral compounds using the molecular constructor application. So, itong white, okay, na atom ay yung hydrogen. This red atom is the bromine, okay? This green atom here is the chlorine, while this violet or purple atom is the iodine. Tapos itong black, of course, is the carbon. So, makikita nyo, nandyan na yung tatlong molecule. It's the same molecule, okay? Mag-iiba lang yung kanilang configurational isomerism. So, makikita nyo, yung first two molecules from the left, so yung molecule sa pinaka-left, tsaka yung molecule sa gitna, Okay? They are the same molecules kasi pareho yung orientation niya ng iodine, ng bromine. Okay? Makikita nyo dito. Pareho din yung orientation ng inyong chlorine. Pareho din yung orientation ng inyong iodine. And pareho din yung orientation ng hydrogen. So kapag pinlip natin to, makikita nyo na parehong-pareho yung itsura nung ibaba. Okay? On this orientation. However, yung nasa right side ng molecule ay enantiomer nung nasa gitna. Okay? Why? Makikita nyo, they are mirror images. Okay? Ayan. It's like they have mirror sa gitna. Okay? Tapos, makikita nyo yung orientation, okay, ay magkakatapat. Okay? Tapos, pag pinlip natin ng paganyan, makikita nyo na magkaiba yung orientations ng iodine, chlorine, tsaka hydrogen sa ibaba. So, even if you rotate, okay, pag ni-rotate nyo yan, makikita nyo na hindi pareho yung nasa gitna tsaka yung nasa right. Pero, they are mirror images. You cannot superimpose them like yung nandito sa left tsaka nandito sa right. Okay? Hindi mo sila mapapag-superimpose. Kumbaga, pagka pinagdikit natin yung left tsaka yung gitna, pwede sila mag-coincide kasi pare-pareho yung positions ng kanilang molecules. However, sige, try nating i-twist yung nasa right. So, pag tinwist natin yung nasa right, okay? So, iti-twist natin yung nasa right, ganyan. So, nasa pareho ng orientation yung inyong hydrogens. However, okay, makikita nyo na yung chlorine, okay, yung chlorine tsaka yung iodine, baliktad ang position sa right. Okay, makikita nyo na ito ay nasa taas, while this one is at the bottom. Okay, magkaiba sila. Okay, hindi mo sila mapapag-superimpose, pero they are basically mirror images. So, yung compound na nasa gitna, tsaka yung compound na nasa right, yon ay enantiomers. They are mirror images. Okay, so balik natin ulit dun sa dating orientation. Mirror images sila, pero they are not superimposable with each other. You cannot coincide. Okay, so ayan, ibabalik ko lang. So para sila ulit mirror images. Okay, how do we write configurational isomers sa paper? Okay, so ina-emphasize natin yung configurational isomerism using either the flying wedge or the Fisher projections. Sa flying wedge, kapag nakita ka ng broken wedge, ibig sabihin, the orientation of the bond is away from the observer. Kapag naman solid lines, it means towards the observer. Okay? So, as simple as that. Kapag naman Fisher projection, yung vertical line, ibig sabihin yan, kapag nasa vertical lines yung substituent, this is away from the observer. Kapag naman nasa horizontal lines, ibig sabihin, towards the observer. Okay? So, yan yung flying wedge at Fisher projections. So, how do we flip the flying wedge and the Fisher projections? It's not the same as flipping the cyclohexane. Kasi pag flip mo yung cyclohexane, iniiba mo yung angles ng bonds or yung orientations ng mga substituents doon. Dito, wala ka talagang ginagawa. You're just viewing the compound at another angle. Okay? So, to be able to flip these compounds or these orientations, ang gagawin mo lang ay pagpapalitin mo lang yung substituents, okay, na adjacent. You do not exchange opposite, okay, substituents. Hindi mo yun ginagawa kapag nag-flip ka dito. Ang pinagpapalit mo lang yung adjacent. Pwede mo pagpalitin yan, ito. Pwede mo rin pagpalitin yung mga adjacent na to. Pwede mo pagpalitin to, and pwede mo pagpalitin yan. Basta dapat adjacent lang yung pinagpapalit. And kapag pinagpalit mo na yung substituents na to, dapat yung opposite substituents nila mag-exchange din. Tulad ng nangyari dito sa example. So, nagpalit na yung methyl group tsaka hydrogen, napunta na sa likod or away na yung hydrogen, towards na yung methyl. Tapos, yung OH mo, naging away na from the towards, okay? Tapos, ito ay towards the observer na siya. Okay? Papalapit na yung methyl tsaka yung ethyl, papalayo na yung hydrogen tsaka yung hydroxide groups. So, that's how you flip the flying wedge configuration. So, same lang din naman to sa Fisher projection. So, yung vertical magiging horizontal. So, ibig sabihin yung away, okay, yung papalayo sa observer magiging papalapit na, magiging towards na. Tapos, yung kabila din, okay, yung opposite din, magpapalit din. Okay? So, ang nangyari dito, yung methyl group, okay, tsaka yung ethyl group, nandito na sa towards. Tapos, yung hydrogen, tsaka hydroxide, since nasa vertical na sila na yung away from the observer. Okay? So that's how you flip flying wedge and Fisher projections. Ngayon, meron tayong dalawang types or dalawang configurations. Okay? So, since this is configurational isomerism, ano yung tawag natin individually dun sa mga configurations? So, meron tayong R rotation or R configuration. R stands for rectus. Okay? So, rectus, kapag ka S naman, sinister. Okay? So, they are Latin words, okay, na ang meaning lang naman ay towards the right and towards the left, or clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay? So, how do you know if it is an R or an S configuration? So, in this example, okay, ang gagawin muna natin ay i-assign natin kung sino yung least priority. The least priority is the one with the lowest molar mass. So, sa apat na substituents na to, hydrogen has the least molar mass. So, dapat yung least priority, which is this one, is away. Okay? Make sure muna natin na away siya sa ating point of view. Okay? So, kapag ganyan na yung orientation na, i-arrange naman natin yung tatlong substituents na natitira based on their molar mass. Yung pinakamataas na molar mass, siya yung priority number 1. Oxygen, of course. Okay? Ito yung mga nakakabit, yung mga direktang nakakabit na atom. Okay? So, since oxygen yung nakakabit na direkta na may pinakamataas na molar mass dun sa tatlo, siya yung priority number 1. Paano yung next priorities? Okay? So, tingnan natin. CH3 tsaka CH2, CH3. Yung carbon na to nakakabit sa isa pang carbon, which is also heavy. However, yung carbon na to nakakabit sa hydrogen, which is not heavy. Okay? Mas mabigat yung carbon kaysa sa hydrogen. So, ito yung priority number 2. And this is priority number 3. Okay? So, ang nangyayari nito, ina-analyze natin habang papalayo tayo ng papalayo sa band. So, yung ina-analyze muna natin yung direct, okay, na nakakabit. Next, ina-analyze natin kung ano yung mga nakakabit doon sa mga atoms na in-arrange or sa atoms na priority. So, since mas mababa yung mga molar mass yung na nakakabit dito kaysa dito, ito yung mas priority. Ito yung number 2, ito yung number 3. Now, we do the rotation. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So, kapag ka-clockwise, rectus, we write R 2-butanol. Okay? The 2 in the 2-butanol is the one that is chiral. Yung carbon number 2 ng butanol na ito ay chiral. And it has an R configuration. Okay? So, kapag S naman, counterclockwise na. Okay? So, kapag counterclockwise, S2-butanol. Makikita natin dito na yung nakakabit dito ay priority number 1, yung oxygen. Priority number 2, yung carbon na to. Priority number 3, yung carbon na to. Bakit ito yung priority number 2? Kasi nakakabit din siya sa isa pang carbon. Okay? Yung pangalawang band, yung nakakabit sa isang carbon. Okay? So, this is 2, this is 3, this is 1. So, the rotation is S. Okay? So, ipapakita ko ngayon sa inyo kung paano yung 3-dimensional flipping ng ating mga Fisher and flying wedge. So, this is a 3D representation of a chiral compound that is projected according to the Fisher projection. So, according to the Fisher projection, dapat yung mga nasa vertical mo ay facing away from the observer. So, nakikita natin dito na yung hydrogen, which is the white, and the iodine, which is the violet, okay, sila yung naka-face away from the observer at nasa vertical sila. Yung Br naman, tsaka yung Cl, yung green na ito, ay facing towards the observer. So, pwede natin kunin yung configuration kasi nasa likod na si hydrogen. So, from iodine, then bromine, then chlorine, clockwise yung ating rotation. So, that is in the R configuration. Okay? So, what if we flip this molecule? So, pag flip natin, according to the Fisher projection, magpapalit yung, for example, yung hydrogen, tsaka yung bromine. Mapupunta sa harap yung mga nasa likod, yung mga nasa likod naman mapupunta na sa harapan. So, by doing this, okay, yan, okay, so that is how you flip the Fisher projection, okay, 3D. So, nasa likod na yung ating bromine, nasa likod na yung chlorine, okay, and mapapansin mo yung position ng bromine tsaka yung hydrogen, okay, nagpalit na sila. Kanina nasa taas yung hydrogen, nasa left side yung bromine. Ngayon, nasa taas na yung bromine, nasa left side na yung hydrogen. Nagpalit na rin yung iodine tsaka yung chlorine. Ngayon, since nasa harap na yung hydrogen, can we still determine the rotation? So, again, priority pa rin yung iodine. Nandito si iodine. and then bromine, and then chlorine. So mapapansin natin, apparently, yung kanyang rotation ay counterclockwise, which is S. Pero since nasa harapan si hydrogen, babaliktarin natin yung ating actual configuration. Kasi yung kabaliktaran ng configuration na nakikita natin ngayon, yung apparent, is the actual configuration. Okay? So it's still an R configuration na chiral compound. Okay? Here we have some sample problems. So, ang gagawin lang natin, i-name natin yung mga compounds based sa kanilang rotation or sa absolute configuration. Okay? So, start tayo sa number 1. So, mapapansin natin agad na yung hydrogen dito ay least priority at nasa horizontal position siya. So, kung ano man yung rotation na makita natin dito, kabaliktaran nun yung magiging actual rotation. Okay? So, next is prioritization. This is obviously number 1 dahil sa mga oxygens na present. This is number 2 because of the carbon attached to the carbon. This is number 3, okay? Because puro hydrogen lang yung nakakabit din sa carbon na yan. So, the rotation is now 1, 2, 3. This is a clockwise rotation. Therefore, configuration is R. Apparent yon. Pero nandito kasi sa harapan yung hydrogen. So, the actual configuration is S. So, tingnan na natin yung kanyang name. Okay? So, drawing muna natin yung kanyang skeletal structure. So, the skeletal structure is this. So, 1, 2, nakakabit sa 2 yung methyl. Okay? Tsaka yung ethyl. So, better kung stick lang to. Yan. Para makasunod tayo strictly sa skeletal structure. So, that would be the skeletal structure of the compound. So, the name of the compound is S2-methyl butanoic acid. Okay? So, that's the name of the compound. So, next, makikita ulit natin yung hydrogen na nandito sa number 2. Okay? Sa horizontal position ulit yung least priority. So, therefore, yung apparent rotation lang yung makukuha natin dito. Yung absolute, yung kabaliktaran. Okay? So, prioritization, this is bromine, the heaviest. So, number 1. Next is oxygen. This is number 2. Last is yung carbon, number 3. This bromine does not contribute kasi nga secondary pa yung kanyang magiging prioritization sa mga secondary bonds. Yung mga bonds na ito, yung mga directly nakakabit doon sa chiral carbon, sila na agad or meron na agad silang difference sa molar mass. So, madaling gawin yung prioritization. Okay? So, gawin na natin yung rotation. So, 1, 2, 3. So, the rotation is counterclockwise. S, however, nasa harap yung hydrogen. Therefore, the absolute rotation or the actual rotation is R. So, gawin na natin yung name. So, dalawa lang yung carbon niya. Sa carbon 1, may nakakabit na OH and Br. Dun sa pangalawa ay Br. This is the skeletal structure of the compound. So, therefore, R, 1, 2, dibromo, ethanol. Okay? So, that's for number 2. So, number 3, tingnan natin. Nasa itaas na agad yung hydrogen. Okay? So, vertical position, ibig sabihin, it's away from the observer. So, okay na yan. Kung ano man yung rotation na makuha natin, yun na yun. So, let's go straight to the prioritization. This is priority number 1 kasi mas malapit dun sa carbon or nakakabit sa carbon na to yung bromine na ito. Okay? Ang nakakabit lang sa carbon na ito ay dalawang hydrogen at isang carbon. This bromine is attached to this carbon. So, hindi pa siya masyadong part ng ating prioritization scheme. So, this carbon is attached to only two hydrogens. So, this is priority number 1, 2, then 3. So, gawin na natin rotation. 1, 2, 3. So, this is clockwise. So, this is an R configuration. So, gawin na natin yung skeletal structure niya. Okay? So, this is carbon 1. Okay? 2. Nandito, ito yung carbon number 2. Sa 2, may methyl group. Tapos, may CH2, CH2, Br. Okay? Tapos, sa carbon number 1, yung Br. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 1, 4. Dibromo. Okay? 1, 2, methyl. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Butane. Okay? So, that is the name of this compound number 3. So, punta naman tayo sa compound number 4. So, tingnan muna natin kung ano yung least priority kasi walang hydrogen. So, the least priority is this one. Okay? Bakit? This is priority number 1. Okay? This is priority number 2 kasi dalawa yung count nito. Okay? This is only 1. Okay? Counts as 1. So, this is priority number 3. This is the least priority. So, yung least priority nyo ay nasa vertical position. So, therefore, kung ano man yung rotation nito, yun na yun. Okay? Hindi nyo nababalik na rin. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3. The rotation is clockwise, so the configuration is R. Now, we draw the skeletal structure. So, drawing natin dito. Double bond OH. So, this is carbon number 1. Carbon number 2 is attached to an OH and a CH3. Okay, then a CH2, then OH. Okay, so meron tayong dihydroxy, meron tayong methyl. So R, 2, 3, dihydroxy. Okay. Okay. So 2, 3, dihydroxy. 2, methyl. Okay? So, ano itong compound na to? This is a carboxylic acid. 1, 2, 3, propanoic acid. Okay? So, this is an R, 2, 3, dihydroxy, 2, methyl, propanoic acid. Okay? So, finally, we go to number 5. Again, tingnan natin kung sino yung least priority kasi wala dito yung hydrogen. Obviously, this is the least priority. Okay? Kasi this is priority number 1. Okay? Next is this. Okay? Because the bromine is heavier than the oxygen. Okay? By mass ang ating prioritization. Kahit dalawa pa yung oxygen dyan, mas mabigat pa rin si bromine. Okay? So, 3. So, the rotation is like this. However, the least priority is at the horizontal position. So, babaliktanin natin yung configuration. So, this is counterclockwise S dapat. So, dapat ang absolute niya ay R or yung actual configuration ay R. Now, we draw the skeletal structure. So, the aldehyde group is here. Okay. Tapos, carbon number 2, carbon number 3. Wow, 3. Sa carbon number 3, or sa carbon number 2, nakakabit si CH3. Nakakabit din si OH. Nandito si Br. Okay? Gawin natin proper yung ating skeletal structure. So, we have a hydroxyl, we have a bromo, and we have a methyl. So, R, 1, 2, 3. 3 bromo. Okay? 2 hydroxy. Okay? 2 methyl. Okay? Then, 1, 2, 3. Propanol. Okay? So, that's the name of this compound. Okay? With emphasis on its absolute or configurational isomerism. Okay? So, tingnan naman natin yung mga compounds na merong more than one chiral center. Okay? So, in this case, for A, B, C, and D, yung mga compounds na to ay may tigda-dalawang chiral centers represented by the intersections in their Fisher projections. Okay? So, pwede natin kunin yung mga configurations ng bawat isang chiral center. So, for letter A, tingnan natin yung carbon number 2. Okay? This is carbon number 2 because this is carbon number 1. C double bond O, H. So, based sa naming scheme, priority natin or carbon number 1 natin yung aldehyde group. Okay? So, this is carbon number 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So, ngayon, kukunin na natin yung rotation sa carbon number 2. So, this is priority number 1 kasi this is oxygen. This is priority number 2 because this is a carbon connected to 2 oxygens technically based on the prioritization scheme. And this is carbon number 3 kasi, or priority number 3 kasi isang oxygen at isang carbon. Okay? So, the rotation is clockwise. But then again, the hydrogen here is facing towards the observer. So, we will assign this rotation as S. Pero since this is carbon number 2, we will assign this as 2S. Okay? Yan yung kanyang rotation. So, carbon number 2 with an S rotation. So, this is what the 2S means. Dun sa 3 naman, or sa carbon number 3, okay, tingnan naman natin yung prioritization. So, this is number 1. So, from this and this one, syempre, this is number 2. Kasi this carbon is connected to an oxygen and 2 hydrogens. This carbon is connected to 1 oxygen, 1 carbon, and 1 hydrogen. So, mas mabigat yung nasa itaas. Okay? So, this is number 2. This is number 3. So, the rotation is clockwise, but then again, nandito siya sa towards the observer kasi nasa horizontal siya yung H. So this will still be S. So lagay natin 3S because this is carbon number 3. Ngayon, kung mapapansin nyo, yung hydroxide group na ito, okay, nasa kaliwa. Pag nilagay natin siya sa kanan, mare-reverse yung rotation. So magiging R siya. Okay? So ibig sabihin, lahat ng carbon number 2, okay, na nasa kanan yung OH, this becomes 2R. Okay? Tapos itong hydroxide na to sa letter C, since siya ay nasa left, or nasa kaliwa, this is 2S. Kasi pareho lang niya yung configuration ng nandito sa letter A. So, ganun din yung mangyayari sa carbon number 3. Okay? So, this one is still 3S. Okay? Kasi pareho silang nasa kaliwa ng letter A. This is 3R. Okay? Kasi siya ay nasa kanan naman, yung OH. Okay? And this is 3R. Okay? So, that's how you make it easy for everything. Yan yung parang shortcut. Okay? So, pag nagre-reverse yung position ng OH or mga heavy substituent doon sa inyong Fisher projection, nare-reverse din yung rotation. Okay? So, as we can see here, yung compound A ay 2S and 3S and yung compound D ay 2R and 3R. And apparently, makikita nyo naman sa itsura nila na they are mirror images. Okay? So, mirror ni A si D. Okay? Tapos, makikita nyo yung configuration reversed. So, this is 2S, 3S, while this is 2R and 3R. Meaning, si B and C are also enantiomers. Mirror images din sila. Kasi nag-reverse din yung configuration. Okay? So, A and D and B and C, okay? So, A and D are enantiomers, B and C are enantiomers. However, tingnan naman natin yung A and B. Compare natin yung A and B. Okay? Yung A and B, hindi sila mirror images. Okay? And hindi rin sila superimposable. So, if you are non-superimposable, non-mirror images, okay, but you are the same compounds, ang tawag sa inyo ay diastereomers. Okay? So, A and C or A and B are diastereomers. B and D, okay, are also diastereomers. And also C and D. Okay? Kasi parehong nandito yung D. So, opposite yung sa C, opposite yung sa B. Okay? Pareho yung sa A. So, AB, diastereomers. AC, diastereomers. Okay? BD, diastereomers. CD, diastereomers. Pero yung A and D, sila ay enantiomers. As well as B and C. Okay? So, meron din tayong tinatawag na mga mesocompounds. So, mesocompounds are achiral compounds with chiral carbons. Okay? So, makikita natin, for example, sa letter A and letter D, na pwede natin silang lagyan ng mirror plane. Okay? Itong dalawa. At ito, dalawang parts na ito ay the same or identical. So, meron silang bilateral symmetry kung tawagin. Okay? And mapapansin nyo, okay, identical lang tong dalawa. We can name this as 2S3R, okay, and this is as 2R3S kasi it's the same end naman. Okay? This is a dialdehyde. So, kahit ano yung mauna, kahit yung 2 or 3 or yung R or yung S configuration. Depende yan sa inyong naming system or sa kung paano na-orient yung compound sa inyo. Okay? So, this B and C, however, are not mesocompounds. Okay? Although, they can be considered as enantiomers. So, enantiomer itong dalawa. However, B and A, tsaka yung B and D, they are diastereomers. As well as C and A, tsaka C and D. Diastereomers yan. Okay? So, here are some sample problems again. So, i-name ulit natin itong mga compounds with consideration sa kanilang configurational isomerism. Okay? So, start tayo sa number 1. So, i-number muna natin sila based dun sa kanilang magiging name. So, this is 1, of course, 2, 3, then 4, 5. Okay? So, yung for carbons 2 and 3, tingnan natin yung rotation nila. Okay? So, for carbon 2, this is priority 1. Okay? So, considering this carbon and this carbon, mas mabigat ang chlorine kaysa sa oxygen. So, this is priority 2. And then, finally, this is 3. Okay? The rotation is this, okay, clockwise. But then again, meron tayong hydrogen dito. So, that would be 2s. Okay? So, sa 3 naman, okay, ito syempre yung number 1. So, number 2 yung nasa taas because chlorine. Okay? Number 3 yung CH2, CH3. So, the rotation is 1, 2, 3. Okay? That is clockwise. Okay? R din yan. Pero, nasa horizontal position CH, so this is 3s. Okay? So, how do we name the compound? So, the name of the compound is 2R or 2s, 3s, okay? Dichloro pentanoic acid. Okay? Kasi ang normal name niya ay 2,3-dichloro pentanoic acid. Okay? So, since 2 and 3, yung chiral carbons, i-specify na natin yung rotation dun sa 2 and 3. Kaya sila naging 2s and 3s. So, don't forget the parentheses kapag may naka-indicate na siyang stereochemistry. Okay? So, that's for number 1. Number 2, prioritization ulit. Obviously, yung mga intersections na to, yung chiral carbons. So, 1, the aldehyde group is 1. This is the aldehyde group, ha? C double bond O, H. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Lagay natin dun sa carbon. 4, 5. Okay? So, for carbon number 2, prioritization, 1. Okay? Since this is Br, okay, this carbon is attached to oxygen while this carbon is attached to Br. So, mas mataas ang priority nito. 2, then 3. So, the rotation is clockwise. However, meron tayong hydrogen sa horizontal position. This is 2s. Okay? Dito naman sa carbon number 3, okay, priority, CBr. Okay? Next priority to because of the presence of OH. Okay? And finally, ito ay yung third. So, rotate clockwise, that's R. However, may hydrogen dito sa horizontal position. This is 3s. So, what is the normal name of the compound kapag walang stereochem? So, the name is, so since this is a 5-carbon aldehyde, this is 3-bromo, okay, 2-hydroxy, okay, pentana. Okay? However, meron silang, or kailangan nating specify yung stereochemistry. So, therefore, we need to write 3R, or 3S pala, sorry. Okay. 2s hydroxy pentanal. Okay, so that's the name of compound number 2. How about number 3? So, obviously, ito ulit yung kanilang mga intersections or yung mga chiral carbons. Okay, this is an aldehyde. So, 1, 2, 3, okay, 4. Okay, so mapapansin natin na this is a dialdehyde. So, regardless ng ating counting, okay, one of them will be position 2 and one of them will be position 3. So, I will make this position 2 because this is the amino group and this is just the methyl group. Okay? Para mas malapit yung amino dun sa carbon number 1. Okay? So, tingnan muna natin yung carbon number 2. Anong rotation ng carbon number 2? Priority number 1, of course, this is priority number 1. Next is this. And finally, yung ito. So, the rotation is counterclockwise. Meron tayong hydrogen sa horizontal position. Therefore, this is 2R. Okay? 3. Tingnan natin kung ano yung una. This is priority number 1. Okay? This is priority number 2. Sobrahin ko lang to. Okay? Priority number 2, yung buong group na ito. This is 2. This is 3. Okay? So, the rotation is counterclockwise. However, may hydrogen doon. Okay? Sa horizontal position. Therefore, this is 3R. Okay? What is the normal name for this compound? So, the normal name is 2-amino. Okay? 3-methyl. So, carbon 1. Okay? Carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a butane diol. Okay? You can also specify the 1,4-butane diol, but I need not to because the diol or the aldehyde groups are always at the ends of your parent chain. Okay? So, this is 2-amino 3-methyl butane diol. So, considering their stereochemistry, 2R amino, 3R methyl butane diol. Okay? So, that's for the configurational isomerism. So, for the next videos, I will discuss alkanes, alkenes, stereochemistry, and alkanes and alkynes. Okay? So, see you next video.